Let's take a look at how we can model very quickly a base for this pencil. The geometry I would like to create should be right next to the geometry on the sketch of my pencil. So with the pencil selected, I go to Edit Mode and then try to rotate around the middle mouse button, and there is my geometry. Okay, so I can take a look at this from Y. Very nice. Okay, and to help positioning, I will turn off the screw modifier, go back to object mode, and there I can see that profile. Now, just to make sure, Shift S, cursor to selected, cursor to world origin, add mesh plane, 10 millimeters, that is good. Let's maybe set this to 30, and along the x-axis 90° for the rotation. There we are. Then we apply the rotation and scale. Maybe set this to 0. Apply scale. Go to edit mode. Right click, subdivide, and then I select all these points which I do not need. X and delete. And here these 2 points I select X and delete edge. Very good. I will turn on edge select, because when I now select this point and I move it and I hold my control key, you can see how this snaps actually to the edge. No? Really nice. Same also here. G for moving, hold control, I can snap to this edge. Now I would like to have this pencil not necessarily touching directly the ground. So I will go to object mode, select my pencil object. I can move this up maybe by 4 millimeters. Okay. Or I can type in 4 here for Z. You see, everything will follow it. Then let's select this geometry again, back to edit mode, and then we snap everything back. And what we now need is really also to pay attention to the dimensions. So we go to overlay, turn edge length on. I would like to have a 2 millimeter distance here for this one to sit on. Let me show you how easy that is to set up. First, we go to snap to grid, absolute grid, select this point, go down, and then I snap here to there. So, because this is 2 millimeters, then now I need one more point in between. I select these 2 points, right click, say subdivide, select the midpoint and snap it to somewhere there onto the grid. Because I snapped it onto the grid, now I can switch to edge select, move this one up, hold control, and you see it slides straight up and then snaps onto that edge. Beautiful. So this way, as you can see, I very easily positioned these 2 points on the grid, and then I moved the top point along the z-axis up till it touched the edge of this pencil stylus. Okay. Here, from the center to the far left corner, I would like to have a distance of 25. How can we easily do this? We can go back to edge snapping, grid snapping, move this to the center. Very good. So this is 0. And now I move this to the left and then type in -25. And there you see which grid this actually is, or grid point. So there are 25 millimeters. This one from the ground should be up 28 millimeters. can do the same. Snap it to the ground. Then I move this one up and type in 28. Okay. Now from along the horizontal plane from the midpoint to there, sorry, not midpoint, from the z-axis, so from 0 to the left, it should be 17. I click on the red arrow, snap it to the center, bring this over, and then here type in -17. Very good. So you see, I used the grid very quickly to do some basic adjustments and create very precise geometry. Very good. Now, this point, I would like to rest right where this sharp corner was on my pencil. To do this, I go to Object Mode, select my pencil, turn the bevel command off. There's my sharp corner. Go back to here, Edit Mode, snap to vertex, and then this point I snap to there. Cool. Okay. And if I want, I can in Object Mode here turn bevel back on. Go to my object, back to Edit Mode, and we can select this point, and then we press E to extrude, and press X to go along the x-axis, and type in 5, so 5 millimeters, it will move inwards. Or I work with the grid snapping turned on, select this, press E, hold Control, and then snap to the grid and pay attention to the distance readout, 5 millimeters. Perfect. Very nice. We select this, 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 and this point, and we add a mean bevel weight for the vertex. Then we go to modifier. We want to round this bevel amount 2 millimeters easily, 10 segments. This should be the vertex, but for the limit mode, only the vertices that have a weight associated. Cool. So in object mode, now you can see how this is all nicely rounded. We can spin this via the screw modifier. There we are. 64, 64. There are some artifacts, no problem. We will go to normals, calculate. This is good. Let's do a color check. This is good too. Very nice. And this is paper thin, which is not good. So let's add a thickness to it. Solidify modifier. We select 1 millimeter. Complex. And in object mode, right click, shade smooth. Go to object data, auto smooth. Or if you have this added to the quick favorite, you can press Q and say auto smooth. So now everything is nice and round, and this is kind of nice and sharp. Let's turn on the wireframe mode. Go to side view, zoom in. Yeah, and this looks actually pretty nice. You see that the fillets, the interior fillets or edges, are rounded with an offset, which is pretty nice. Okay, so for a very quick prototyping, this is really a very easy workflow, because now we can go to edit mode and say, yeah, well, maybe this one I would like to snap vertical or horizontally to the same level as this point. There. And you see all the other stuff just follows it perfectly. So makes it very easy. This is, let's undo 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So a polygon geometry with 6 points, and then the rest is all done via the modifiers. Makes it a very interactive modeling experience. Also here again, just to showcase one more time what the viewports here do. Now with 16, this looks rather chunky. 32 is fine. Yeah, 64, no, it looks nice and smooth. One double check, face orientation, all is good. No, for 3D printing, I just want to point something out. What Blender can do, and that's actually pretty nice. When we go into 3D printing, we will use this even more. So when we go to mesh analysis and turn this on, we can take a look at overhang, thickness, in etc. So overhang is something that for us will be of interest. So minimum 0 and then 45-degree overhang. We don't really see anything. If we go to the bottom, oh, look at that. There you see all the colors. So red means something is horizontal, it's like an overhang, so it would fall down. Think about the overhang like the geometry that is, or the horizontal bar of an H. And 45-degree, those would be the two diagonal lines of a Y. And 3D printers, they can only tolerate an overhang to a certain degree. So nothing here is really, besides there's a little bit of orange. So it's not ideal, but actually this will be good. So when we select this point and then move this up, let me see how this goes away. So perfect. And then here we have more overhang, and then yeah, this is an overhang that's not printable, because all the plastic would just fall straight down when it would be squeezed out. But again, we will go into this topic a little bit more when we do 3D printing. At this point, I just wanted to let you know we can check printability in Blender while we actually model it. So we can turn this off, go to object mode, call this base, select our pencil, turn this back on. And there we are. One last interesting check. So with Alt B and do we have view region? Yeah, here. So Alt B or Control B. I can draw a selection. When I release the mouse, then you see everything is clipped. It's kind of like a cut section view. It's really nice to see when I now move this, how, for example, would the object fit in? Does it intersect? How much space do I have here at the bottom? So this is actually a really nice tool for quickly looking through an object. To get out of this, we press Alt B again, or just select the command. There we are. And that is, in short, how you can very easily model an Apple Pencil 2 and a base using very simplistic geometry and then doing all the detailing interactively just via modifiers.